Hello students, I am V.L.N. Swarupini, lecturer in biochemistry from Sri Venkateswara College of Arts and Sciences, which is affiliated to Adikavi Nannaya University, Rajahmundry. Now, I would like to discuss about second BSc Biochemistry, Enzymology and Bioenergetics paper. From this, we are discussing about Unit 2 topics. Previously, we have discussed about factors influencing enzyme activity and enzyme inhibition. Now, let's see the next topic, that is Michael-Menton's equation. Okay, Michael-Menton equation. And this Michael-Menton have proposed a hypothesis for enzyme action which is most acceptable. That means there are many hypotheses explaining this enzyme activity, but Michael-Menton's hypothesis is most acceptable. According to their hypothesis, the enzyme molecule is first combines with the substrate molecule to form an enzyme substrate complex, which is further dissociates to form product and enzyme. That means, according to this MME hypothesis, that is Michael-Menton hypothesis, every enzyme molecule first it combines with the substrate molecule, finally to form an enzyme substrate complex. Okay, and after the enzyme activity and the formation of the product, enzyme will be dissociated from the product. Okay, and enzyme substrate complex is intermediary are they attached by weak covalent bonds such as hydrogen bonds, van der Waals forces and hydrophobic interactions. That means both the enzyme and substrate are bound to each other with the help of different kinds of bonds like hydrogen bond, van der Waals forces or hydrophobic interactions. That means based on the type of enzyme and the substrate and based on their specificity, they might be bound with different kinds of bonds. It might be hydrogen bond or van der Waals forces or hydrophobic interactions. Sometimes two substrates can bind to an enzyme. Such reactions are called bisubstrate reactions. Okay. In few conditions, what will happen? And two substrates will bind to the enzyme, and such reactions are called as bisubstrate reactions. Okay, bisubstrate reactions. And if a single substrate bound to an enzyme, and that particular reaction is called as unisubstrate reaction. Okay, bisubstrate and unisubstrate reactions. And the site at which a substrate can bind to the enzyme is active site, which has specific Km value. That means the site or the place at which substrate binds to the enzyme is called as active site, and this particular active site will have a specific Km value. Okay, and here K means a constant and M is nothing but Michael-Menton. Okay, that means here this Km value which represents the Michael-Menton constant. Okay, and at active site this Km value is specific. That means as our enzymes and substrates, they have specificity, and at active site of the enzyme also a specific Km value or specific Michael-Menton constant will be observed. Okay, Michael and Menton proposed some of the assumptions that an equilibrium between enzyme and substrate and enzyme substrate complex is almost instantly set up and maintain the breakdown of the enzyme substrate complex to product to be slow to disturb the equilibrium. That means these scientists, Michaelis and Menton, these are the two scientists, and they proposed different assumptions. That means they are given different assumptions to the equilibrium between enzyme and substrate for the formation of enzyme substrate complex. Okay, that means they have given different kinds of assumptions to explain the equilibrium between enzyme and substrate. That means without equilibrium, what will happen? There might be more enzyme activity or there might be less enzyme activity, and there should be always equilibrium between the enzyme and substrate to form the enzyme substrate complex. And after this, what will happen? This enzyme substrate complex will form product. Okay, and if equilibrium is not proper, then what will happen? There will be disturbance in the equilibrium. Okay, you see the reaction enzyme and substrate, these are reversible reactions, and by this reversible reaction enzyme substrate will complex will form, and finally a product will be formed. And after the formation of the product, enzyme will be separated. Here Km or Michaelis-Menten constant. Okay, Km. K means constant, M means Michaelis-Menten. Okay, this Michaelis-Menten's constant is defined as substrate concentration to produce half maximum velocity in enzyme catalyzed reaction. That means this Km constant is defined as substrate concentration. It means substrate concentration for the formation of half maximum velocity in enzyme catalyzed reactions. That means in every enzyme catalyzed reaction, half maximum velocity is produced by this substrate concentration. That means based on the substrate concentration in every enzyme catalyzed reaction, to produce half maximum velocity, there is requirement of substrate concentration. Based on the substrate concentration, only this maximum velocity or half maximum velocity, half Vmax can be produced. Okay, half maximum velocity can be represented as half Vmax. Okay, and it indicates that half of the enzyme molecules are bounded with substrate molecules. That means based on this, what we can understand, half of the enzyme molecules are bound with substrate molecules. When the substrate concentration is equal to the Km value is constant. It is a characteristic feature of every enzyme. That means whenever a substrate concentration is equal to the Km value, that means mm constant value, Km value is constant. That means if it is equal to the Km value, then Km value will be constant, and that is the characteristic feature of every enzyme. And based on their work and different kinds of assumptions, finally in the year 1930, Michaelis and Menton, they proposed a single model enzyme kinetics. And enzyme kinetics can be explained by using substrate enzyme catalyzed reaction. That means this enzyme kinetics were explained by using enzyme substrate catalyzed reactions. And Michaelis-Menten equation is the algebraic expression to explain the relationship between substrate concentration and rate of reaction. That means this equation is nothing but the algebraic expression. Okay, that means this is a derivation part. Okay, this is not a theory part. This is the derivation equation for or to explain relationship between substrate concentration and rate of reaction. And the derivation starts with two basic steps. They are rate of formation and rate of breakdown of enzyme and substrate. That means basically this equation or derivation is based on two steps. Rate of formation, that means this is rate of formation for the enzyme substrate complex. That means enzyme and substrate bound to each other to form an enzyme substrate complex, and this formation of enzyme substrate complex, this equation rate or formation of this enzyme substrate complex rate is important, and this is the first step for every reaction. And the second one is rate of breakdown of enzyme and substrate. Okay, and that means during the enzyme catalysis or during the product formation, enzyme will be dissociated with substrate. That means substrate will be utilized and finally product will be formed. Okay, if you see the reaction, enzyme plus substrate gives rise to enzyme substrate complex, and here during the reaction K1 and K minus 1, that means K1 is the forward reaction. It will represent the forward reaction for formation of enzyme substrate complex, and K minus 1 is the backward reaction, and this will explain the breakdown of enzyme substrate. Okay, as we already discussed, this enzyme kinetics or the any enzymology concept is based on both forward and backward reactions. Okay, while discussing about nomenclature and classification of enzymes, what we discussed here, classification or the nomenclature of the enzymes is based on both the forward and backward reactions. So here also in this derivation part also both forward and backward reactions are considered. Okay, and here before getting into the further concept, one thing you should remember, here in our syllabus there is no need for the derivation part. Okay, in our syllabus there is no need for the derivation part. Just you have to know what is the equation, what are the major steps, how this scientist proved enzyme plus substrate is equal to enzyme substrate, and after that formation of product and dissociation of enzyme, how they justified the equation. That's it. But there is no need of the detailed derivation of this equation. Okay, so next see, V0 is the initial velocity of the reaction determined when enzyme substrate complex produced a product. That means after formation of this enzyme substrate complex, velocity or the initial velocity of the reaction, that means what will happen after formation of this enzyme substrate complex? Immediately there will be start of the product formation. Enzyme will be acting on the substrate and product will be produced, and the initial velocity means starting velocity. That means whenever this product formation is being started from this enzyme catalysis, that initial velocity of that reaction, it can be determined on the initial production of the product. Okay, here the reaction or the equation for initial velocity is V naught is equal to K2 into ES. ES nothing but ES means enzyme substrate complex. If you see the reaction here, enzyme substrate complex will form product, and this forward reaction is represented by K2. Okay, this is represented with K2. So initial velocity at the reaction, in the second stage of the reaction, how we can represent it? V naught is equal to K2 into ES. That means ES is acting at V naught velocity. And here ES in the above equation can be easily measured. So ES can be defined by alternative expression. Okay, that means ES, that means this enzyme substrate complex can be measured by in this equation. And how we can do this? ET minus ES. Here T is nothing but the total enzyme. Okay, here ET minus ES means ET is the total enzyme minus enzyme substrate complex. ET is the total enzyme concentration, where free and substrate bound enzyme is also calculated. Okay, and ES is the substrate bound enzyme. That means in our reaction solution, what will happen? Both the free and substrate bound enzyme will be present. ET is the total enzyme concentration in which free enzyme and the substrate bound enzyme both are calculated. Whereas coming to this ES, this is the only substrate bound enzyme. Okay, this is only substrate bound enzyme. And in any reaction, the amount of substrate is much greater than total enzyme. Okay, here in any reaction, amount of substrate is much greater than total enzyme. That means substrate concentration is high when compared to enzyme concentration. Now let's see rate of formation and rate of breakdown of enzyme substrate complex. Okay, and this is determined by rate constant. This rate is nothing but K1 and K2. These are the rate constants. Okay, K1 formation and K minus 1 comma K2 breakdown. Okay, here rate of enzyme substrate formation can be represented as K1 into ET minus ES into S. That means here in the, as we discussed here, first stage is rate of formation. That means enzyme plus substrate gives rise to enzyme substrate complex formation. This is the rate of formation reaction. Okay, so here this rate of formation can be expressed as K1 into ET minus ES into S. Okay, what will happen here? KT is the rate constant and ET is the total enzyme. Okay, free form of the enzyme and enzyme bound substrate bound enzyme. Here substrate will bound with the enzyme and form an enzyme substrate complex, and at rate constant K1. Okay, and this reaction can be represented as K1 into ET minus ES into S, and rate of breakdown can be represented as K minus 1 K minus 1 into ES plus K2 into ES. That means after formation of the product, what will happen? Enzyme substrate dissociation will be seen. Okay, enzyme substrate dissociation will be seen, and other part of the substrate will be acting with the enzyme in product formation. Okay, so dissociation will be seen, and also product formation will also be seen. That's why K minus 1 into ES plus K2 into ES. The initial rate of reaction and rate of formation of ES is equal to rate of its breakdown. That means both rate of formation and rate of breakdown are equilibrated here. This is the first K1 into Kt minus Es into S is the rate of formation, whereas K minus 1 into ES plus K2 into ES is the rate of breakdown. Okay, we are taking these equations and we are simplifying them, and after few more steps of derivation, we'll have this ES is equal to ET into S by S plus K2 plus K minus 1 by K1. What happened here? All rate constants were brought together, and this reaction ES is equal to ET, total enzyme, into substrate by substrate plus K2 plus K minus 1 by K1 were formed. Okay, and the term K2 plus K minus 1 by K1 is defined as MM constant, which is Michael-Menten constant, and we call it simply as Km constant. Next, on substituting this Km value we get, that means simply we'll write Km in the place of K2 plus K minus 1 by K1. So we'll get ES is equal to ET into S by S plus K3. This is the third equation. Now we'll go for multiplication on both sides with K2. That means K2 is the constant for the rate of breakdown. K2 into ES is equal to K2 into ET into S by S plus Km. This is the fourth reaction. Now we should substitute this equation 4 in the equation 1. What is equation 1? Equation 1 is V0 is equal to K2 into ES. So we should substitute this reaction in this first reaction. V0 is the velocity constant. Okay, so we should substitute this fourth reaction in first reaction. Okay, so if you see this, first reaction is K2 into ES. So therefore V0 is equal to K2 into ES, and then V0, by substituting this equation, V0 is equal to K2 into ET into S by S plus Km. Okay, and V0 is equal to V max S by S into Km. After derivation, what will we get? V max. And how we got this V max? Here K2 into ET is regarded as V max. Okay, K2 into ET is regarded as V max, and this is the Michael-Menten equation for uni-substrate equation catalyzed reaction, where V0 is the initial velocity, V max is the maximum velocity, and Km is the Michael-Menten constant. Finally, what we get? V naught is equal to V max into S by S into Km. Okay. There is no need of the derivation part, just the major reactions, writing of these major reactions is only enough. And in exam you will be asked like this. If you see the question, you will get an idea. Explain about Michael-Menten equation for uni-substrate reaction. Okay. Or it can also be asked as explain about Michael-Menten equation for forward and backward reaction. Anything is the same. Okay. And now let's see about the another topic, that is significance of Km and Vmax. Significance of Km and Vmax. What is Km? Km is nothing but the mm constant. Vmax is the maximum velocity. So what is the significance of these two factors? Now let's see about significance of Km. It is the representative measuring of the enzyme substrate complex, length for the enzyme substrate complex. At low Km value, it will indicate the strong affinity between enzyme and substrate. That means if any enzyme consists of low Km value, it means it has a strong affinity between enzyme and substrate. And at high Km value, it indicates a weak affinity between enzyme and substrate. Okay. And generally at the enzymes, these show their Km value in between the range of 10 to the power of minus 5 to 10 to the power of minus 2 moles. That means generally all the enzymes show Km value between 10 to the minus 5 to 10 to the power of minus 2 moles. And it is simply represented by the below equation. This equation we have already seen in the equation. Okay. Enzyme plus substrate gives rise to enzyme substrate complex, from which we'll get enzyme and product. And the first reaction is consists of the constant K1 for the forward reaction and K minus 1 for the backward reaction, and K2 for the second part of the reaction, that is ES gives rise to E plus product. So for this, what we this reaction constant or the constant Km is equal to K2 plus K minus 1 by K1. This is the final equation. And at low substrate concentration, Km is greater than substrate concentration. That means whenever substrate concentration is low, obviously Km value is high. Okay. Then V naught is equal to V max into S by Km is the equation. Okay. If low substrate concentration is seen, then Km will always be higher, and then initial velocity or the V naught will be represented as V max into S by Km. And at high substrate concentration, V naught is equal to V max. Okay. That means Km is not same for all reactions. But at high substrate concentration, V naught is equal to V max. That means as higher substrate concentration is available, and the reaction will be at its high level, and maximum velocity will be seen for that reaction. That's why V naught is equal to V max. Now let's see about this V max. V stands for velocity and max stands for maximum, which means maximum velocity. Maximum velocity. Generally at optimum conditions, that is temperature, pH, substrate concentration and enzyme concentration of the enzyme. That means these are the these are the factors when available at optimum values. That means for every enzyme there will be an optimum temperature, optimum pH value and an optimum substrate concentration at which that enzyme can act very actively, and proper enzyme concentration is also required for any biocatalysis or any catalysis to occur. Okay, and these all factors optimum conditions will show the maximum efficiency of Vmax. That means maximum velocity of any reaction is seen at optimum conditions only, like optimum temperature, optimum pH and optimum substrate concentration and optimum enzyme concentration. All these factors should be at optimum level, then only maximum efficiency of Vmax, that means maximum velocity of the reaction will be seen. And here Vmax also varies greatly from one enzyme to other. That means as Km value will be different for different enzymes, this Vmax will also vary from one enzyme to other. In two-step reaction, Vmax is given by Vmax is equal to Kt into Et, where K2 is the rate limiting factor. Okay, so these are the two important topics, and this is a very important short answer question from Unit 2, which will be simply asked as explain the significance of Km and Vmax. Okay, explain the significance of Km and Vmax. This is the important question from shorts from Unit 2. If you read this short, if you follow this short answer, you can gain one short answer, 5 marks from this unit. And from essays also we have equation and inhibition, enzyme inhibition concept, and also factors affecting enzyme activity. Okay, so please keep the material provided for you with you while listening to the class, and if you have any doubts please contact to me or you can ping me on my WhatsApp number. So if you have any doubts, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you, students.